To that gay nigga on Clubhouse, please do not leave me out of your conversations, nigga. Please. Okay, I don't think it's the gay nigga. Good. That gay nigga's just out of pocket, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. That nigga got too much. He got an extra pocket of saliva when he talking. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with homosexuals. I fuck with homosexuals. Pause. You know what I mean? It's just that nigga, when he talk, that extra pocket of saliva just don't sit well with me, bruh. You know what I mean? He just got a little bit too much mannerisms for a nigga like me, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. All right. Oh, man. Oh, go back to Wack100 Hassan. All right, yeah, we can talk about Wack100 Hassan. All right, man. You want to hear a wild theory? I got a wild theory. I want to hear the wild theory. Tell me if one in the chat if you want to hear the wild theory about Wack100 Hassan, okay? I'm going to give y'all, this is the real perspective. By the way, okay. Yeah, I'll give it overall. One in the chat if y'all want to hear it. Two in the chat if you're like, man, move the fuck on. All right. This is my 100% full thought about the whole thing. I think there was some contempt between Wack and Hassan to start out with. I think Wack was kind of sizing Hassan up. I think he kind of seen Hassan, you know. I'm not good at not saying exactly what I want to say, so let me just say it. I think the moment that Wack realized that nigga Hassan was going to be like the X Factor or a wild card in the interview, Wack was like, fuck this nigga. I don't think Wack had a problem with it before. I don't think Hassan had a problem with Wack. When I see both of them, they look cool. And what I mean by Wack saying fuck this nigga, I don't think Wack was trying to say like, yo, I'm going to beat him up. And this is where I disagree with Wack. And this is where I disagree also with Hassan. I think Wack was just like kind of, you know, like, yo, I'm going to say shit to trip him up. Because a lot of shit he says, you know, there's holes in it. Wack is really good. Like, if you ever listen to Wack on Clubhouse, yo, Wack will talk to a nigga in Clubhouse, cut him off 15 times, change the subject 16 times, basically reset the conversation, and basically have at the end the nigga just admitting that he's a fucking idiot without them even talking about the same thing that they came to talk to Wack about. Wack is masterful at that. I thought 6ix9ine was the epitome of that, and I told 6ix9ine this. When me, him, and Wack sat down, Wack's the only nigga who I've ever seen in history. 6ix9ine sat down with Charlemagne twice, and I thought he spun Charlemagne like a gig. I saw 6ix9ine sat down with a lot of niggas, and he worked them. Pause. He made them niggas look foolish. You know why? Because he controlled the narrative. He always had more information than them, and he always was presenting shit to change the conversation to make it a more relevant point than what the person was asking. Brilliant. When I saw him sat down with Wack, Wack was composed, never got up, never shouted. He was in his pocket, and 6ix9ine was frustrated because 6ix9ine couldn't do what he did to those other people. I said, damn, that's talent. I see Wack on Clubhouse. There's nobody on Clubhouse that could beat Wack. Wack Mike always sounds louder than somebody else. Wack controls all the discussion. Wack got about like 50 people who just co-sign him. You can't beat Wack in Clubhouse. Really smart. Wack knows information. Wack will just change something, be like, yo, like somebody will be like, yo, did you, like, I was listening to this clip the other day, somebody be like, yo, did you say this about Nipsey? Because I heard so-and-so saying you said it. And so-and-so shouldn't be speaking on something like that, right? Wack don't want to talk about the original question. Wack was just like, Wack was like, why so-and-so can't talk about it? You know I know him, right? He'd be like, yo, man, I don't think you know him. Listen, man, what? They'd be like, yo, you don't think I know him? Yo, Wack going on a different tangent. Wack is smart as a motherfucker. Wack is, let me tell you this. You see Clubhouse? Clubhouse is a bunch of, and if y'all streaming us on Clubhouse, this is just raw facts. Clubhouse is a bunch of people with 30 IQ while Wack got 300. I only listen to Wack every day to run laps around Wack is running laps. When I mean laps, he's running laps around these things on Clubhouse. They have no idea what the fuck is going on. To the point that I've thought Wack is the only person who could turn Clubhouse into a gang. Wack is so smart, so slick. He has an OG mentality about him, but he's so clever with his words that Wack could get anybody to believe anything, buy into anything, and also to move on anything. That's somebody who could lead a gang. Everybody on Clubhouse, everybody who, like, because I've been hearing certain familiar voices, there were once people who went at Wack who now just gave up. They just get on the side. Wack is a nigga who is like, if you can't beat him, join him. Everybody who I see co-sign Wack now used to argue with him. But when you just can't beat him. Wack is too slick for all these motherfuckers. Same with even, I believe, Hassan. I think Wack is too slick for Hassan. Let's get back into the Wack and Hassan thing. I think Wack figured out an angle for the interview. I think he was going to be slick with Hassan. I think Hassan wasn't looking at it like that. Hassan didn't come in pressing Wack. Wack didn't come in pressing Hassan. They did the interview. Wack did say some slick shit. It didn't feel threatening. And nigga, I'm the non-gangster in the room. It didn't feel threatening. Hassan, I don't think he felt threatened. But here's where Hassan goes wrong. And this is Hassan's fault. So I've told you about Wack. Let me tell you about Hassan. Hassan's issue is that Hassan is too much conspiracy theorist. I like Hassan that he is non-industry, but his disdain for the industry also teeters on a line that he will create things out of illusion or him being delusional. I'll give you examples. I think his conversations with Wack, he's taken to extreme levels. I think it's one thing to say, hey, Wack said this, Wack said that. I think it's another thing when you're saying Nipsey Hussle got killed because somebody in the rolling 60s put out word that Nipsey's a rat. See, the reason why I could see, like, I see eye to eye a little bit with Hassan because we were, like, at the time I was anti-industry. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't know nobody. But Hassan, what he does, he's wearing a tinfoil hat. He's a conspiracy theorist. So he adds on a little bit of what he believes to what he hears. You get what I mean? I think it's dangerous to a certain extent. When you start saying that Nipsey died because people thought he was a rat, you're now changing the entire perception and now the entire foundation of Nipsey Hussle's death. And that's heavy because if you're going to do it, make sure you got your facts. Do you get what I mean? Now, I have no problem with him saying, yo, there's a lot of shicey shit going on in the industry. It is. The recording stuff, not my forte, but I get him on that. But I listen to him at times, and I don't know if he believes this, but he's like, they're sending people to come get me. Hassan, there's no one in the industry that's sending people to come get you. If they were going to send people to come get you, they would have been sent people to come get me. Like, it's not happening, brother. You know what I mean? You have enemies because you have dissed people or you've said certain stuff that people who are gangsters or whatever don't like. But there's no industry, higher power, fraternal order trying to kill you. That's just the truth. You have a bunch of broke hood niggas that you have offended many times on your platform that if they do see you, they would try to kill you. But there's no assassination being planned. That's where he loses me. Because you become cynical when you take some truth and then you make up a whole theory on it. Do you get what I mean? That's all I believe. So I'm watching Hassan, And this is where I think like he doesn't realize one thing that Wack is good about. Wack is amazing at understanding what content is. When Wack agreed to sit down in Clubhouse with me and 6ix9ine, number one, I thought it was super brave. Everybody turned it down. Gilly turned it down. My Song turned it down. Joe Budden turned it down. Charlamagne turned it down. 6ix9ine was reaching out to people to do an interview with him for his first album after he came out from snitching. Nobody wanted to do an interview with him. He was going back and forth with Meek. And 6ix9ine knew, because 6ix9ine is a good marketer, me too. But, you know, I knew he was going to do it on my platform at some point. But he was down to do it on their platform. He said, I need somebody who's quote-unquote street to debate with. Wack came out of the blue and Wack said, let's set this up. To the point when Wack said it, I'm like, is Wack okay? But Wack was smart. As I said, I give Wack the ultimate credit for being fucking smart. The guy is I don't know if niggas look at Wack as some dumb street dude, but I love Wack in terms of the way he maneuvers in the street, but he's smarter than every street nigga I've seen. He's the smartest one. So we do this shit. He's getting a bunch of like people getting at him. He's getting a bunch of people getting at him. Let me tell you this, and this is what I know about Wack. When Wack did it, Wack is like, let it rock. Because I was hitting Wack because, you know, Spotify, we were going back and forth when it should be released. There was some clips that didn't make Wack look the best because people were like, why you sitting down with a snitch? Why you got him saying this? You know what Wack said? Because I was offering Wack, I'm like, yo, do you want me to send you some clips that make you look good? Wack was like, nephew, I'm good. Let it rock. This shit going viral. Wack is going to be an entertainer. Even if he doesn't, he's a great manager and he does all this stuff with the label. But even if that doesn't work, Wack is going to be super fucking successful because Wack is amazing at recognizing what's content. By the way, half of what I think Wack does on Clubhouse, he's doing it for content. I think he fucks with niggas. That's how smart Wack. I think Wack's on there. People think Wack is on there just doing street business. Yo, Wack is on there just creating content. I'll tell you how I know Wack's creating content on there. That gay nigga, the one with the mascara and who's super zesty with like the extra spit like in the back of his throat every time he talk. That nigga who Wack got into it with, Wack still talks to him, but Wack only talks to him for content with certain shit. I see Wack hop from room to room, crowd to crowd. He deals with everybody, and he gives them all content. He's made it so to the point, if Wack ain't on the app for 2 days, if Wack get locked up or if he gets locked out of his phone for 2 days, Clubhouse is dead. Nobody cares about nothing said on the app unless Wack's there. So Wack knows about content, just like I know about content and 6ix9ine. He doesn't let it get in the way. Here's Hassan's problem. We did great content. And by the way, that's the thing that I salute to the other two people at the table, 6ix9ine and Wack. Because it's a lot of voices there. Nobody gets mad about how they look on camera. Nobody gets mad about what they didn't say. It is what it is. But Hassan, I believe, he did feel a way about how he was portrayed. And this is what I'm going to say, Wack is smart. I think Wack knew that. So, if you ask me, Wack came on Clubhouse and gassed it a little bit. Wack gassed it like, yeah, check that nigga. And the moment that happened, Hassan could not see the fact that this was the greatest piece of content he has been involved in ever in his career. He automatically felt his ego was under attack. Now, granted, here's why I'm saying the greatest piece of content. Because, you know, I also heard him say, he said he wanted to, like, you know, impart some knowledge on 6ix9ine. Bro, you have 6ix9ine's number. You have my number. You have Wack's number. You could call whoever you want to say whatever you want. You kind of know what that shit's going to be. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like, yo, let's Let's all hold hands and say a prayer. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I think he lost sight of that a little bit because he's still in the phase of figuring out what's entertainment and what's the real shit. When I did the first interview with Wack went on Clubhouse and Wack hyped it up. Wack's an amazing promoter. And it's not that Wack lied about anything. Gassed a few things up, which that's what I think. I think Wack gassed it up a little bit. Because in reality, did Wack say certain stuff that could be considered disrespectful? Yeah. Was Wack in there like, yo, blood, blah, 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 you got fucked in your way? No, he wasn't like that. So Wack is gassing the content up a little bit, but Hassan took it personal. Now, everything could have corrected itself, but here's what happened. Hassan made the deadly mistake. I've always tell people, if you beef with me, don't come on my Twitch. Unless you're just trying to get annihilated. This is where there's a few places. If you're beefing with 6ix9ine, stay off Instagram. He's gonna kill you on Instagram. That's his place. That's like Floyd Mayweather in the ring. You shouldn't go on Clubhouse to ever argue with Wack. He's gonna violate you. He just knows how to maneuver in those type of spaces. You want to come on Twitch with me? Hassan goes on fucking Clubhouse with Wack, and he felt his manhood was offended or whatever the case is, and shit. From then on, I think he made his mind up to say, I'm not taking that embarrassment. I got to fight fire with fire. Now, granted, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. I don't think Wack had to gas it like he checked him like that. But also, I don't think Hassan had to leak that convo. I really don't. Because the fallout of it, I think Hassan, and this is me saying truthfully, I think Hassan sees Wack as some powerful figure on some street shit in LA. He wants no parts. I don't think he wants no parts. But by leaking the footage, and even some of the comments I heard him say, Hassan is hoping that somebody who's offended by Wack's leaked comments hurt Wack. You get what I mean? Just even Hassan was on here and he was like, yo, the 60s gonna kill you. And I'm like, Hassan, if you had the problem with them, you wouldn't be hoping that somebody else does something to him. You get what I mean? So I think that's why Hassan leaked it. Hassan is using, which I ain't gonna lie, that's a tactic I would use. You know what I mean? Shit, I use it with Freddie Gibbs. The fuck? Yo, Freddie, I don't think me and you seen each other anytime. And plus, I don't want to do no act of violence because I'm not like that. Anyway, I will definitely use the fact that Jim Jones gave you an ass whipping to fuck with you. Of course, nigga. Yes. But that's a tactic for me. I was surprised when Hassan used that. Anyway. In Hassan's defense, though, Wack, because of how he moves on Clubhouse, hasn't seen the repercussions of pushing someone till they're in a corner. A lot of times I see Wack, I listen to Wack every day, early morning when I'm eating, and I just search up the Clubhouse shit for the day before. And Wack arguing with somebody, and Wack will push that person until that person just folds. But it was the first time Wack pushed someone who had some shit against him that he could put out. And I'm going to be honest with you, as much as Wack, I think Wack is a great spin artist too. I don't think Wack wanted that footage out or wanted that audio out because I think he has to do a lot of explaining. You got to do a lot of explaining. And I know Wack says, I don't say something once, I wouldn't say it twice. But people are looking at you a little weird because they're like, damn, is that how you talk about whatever? Now, it's not me because, there's nothing he said about me that I feel like He has never said to me in person. But the Big U situation, people probably on the West Coast, probably how he's speaking about some situation that he's probably never like conveyed it like that, is making it difficult for him. I just think both of them should solve it. It's interesting that two dudes who are pretty much closer to 50, their egos are going to make for more building blocks or dominoes to fall. Nipsey Hussle's legacy was a casualty that neither of them want to admit they affected. Wack is right. He ain't the one who invented the Nipsey shit. But Wack is wrong here where, hey, if you're really protecting Nip, you wouldn't tell anybody about that. You get me? Also, to Hassan, if you're trying to hurt Wack, you wouldn't put out audio of him saying stuff about Nip. Unless, you know what I mean? We already said, like, he's trying to get people who love Nip to probably do something to Wack. But you're hurting Nipsey's legacy in trying to hurt Wack. I don't know. I feel bad that it's all occurred from this great piece of content that we made. And I feel this is where, unfortunately, even though we talk about OGs this and third, egos come into play. The moment that Wack offended Hassan's ego, he was never going to let it go. Now he's leaked all this shit. And because Wack is who Wack is, he's doubling down. You know who's left to... Now people are wondering, is Nipsey gay? Which, by the way, you know, this is the unfortunate part about it. There was, like, at least from what I heard, it wasn't anything that Nipsey was gay. Maybe you could say that's some cuck behavior, but Nipsey never made out with a nigga. They were running a train, allegedly. But again, it's even fucked up that that's a conversation that's even come to light, you know? I don't know. Somebody said, no, bro, like, I don't know why. Yo, let me tell you this. I see a lot of people saying, like, yo, damn, yo, Wack must be extorting you, this and third. Let me tell you this. Y'all saying that, I know why y'all saying it. Y'all don't really believe that. But this is what Wack has to learn to realize. Wack has dissed so many people, and Wack has done so much shit that people can't wait for him to take L. So me being fair and pointing out where he's wrong, but also where he's right, or where he's good, and maybe other places where, like, he could be manipulative, you don't want to hear it. You just want to hear, fuck this guy. Because in reality, I've listened to, listen to Wack on Clubhouse for months is like listening to some wrestling shit. You ever watch you ever watch wrestling and you want that one guy who keep winning because he always win? You want him to just lose? Nigga, I've listened to Wack on Clubhouse and I'm rooting for the other nigga to beat him in an argument. You get what I mean? That's what I think most of y'all, I don't think y'all really dislike Wack. It's just like, bro, if you know anything about Wack on Clubhouse, this nigga just wins every argument. He makes everybody look like an idiot. He shouts at everybody, punks everybody. Like, the nigga's like the big bad wolf. So people are dying to see Wack take a legit L. And that's why some people are saying what they're saying about him now. You know what I mean? Yo, in reality, the point what I'm trying to tell y'all is that, bro, in reality, Hassan's not a bad person. Neither is Wack. This is a case of two dudes who their egos are preventing them from squashing this shit. If Wack ego wasn't what it is, and Wack claimed he's protecting Nipsey as he is, Wack would have just brought Hassan to the side after he realized that's what Hassan was gonna leak and be like, yo, bro, it's not like that, whatever. Dog, I'm protecting Nipsey shit. Even if I feel some type of way about you, please don't put that out. But Wack's ego not gonna let him do it. And if Hassan's ego wasn't like how it is, Hassan wouldn't give a fuck about Wack saying some shit that nobody else kind of thought. Like, it's not, nobody else left the room and was like, damn. Like, even people who watched it didn't think that, oh, yo, Wack was intimidating Hassan. You know what I mean? But Hassan's ego and the need for him to feel a certain type of way brought him to that point. You get me? You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, talk about why he joked about his rape. Bro, I don't know, bro. Somebody said, how is he protecting Nipsey if he got the tape? I don't think he got the tape. So, bro, like, maybe Wack ain't talking straight. Wack is saying that Nipsey and another dude was fucking Nipsey's first baby mama in a train. That guy has the tape. Nipsey passed away. That guy who has a tape of him and Nipsey fucking the girl wants to make some bread off the tape. Probably came to Wack. Wack said, don't put it out. Wack don't have the tape. I don't think so. I don't think he's ever said he's had the tape. I think sometimes he says we, but it doesn't mean him. It means the guy who was in the act with Nipsey. So there's another male that was there. He has the tape. You get what I mean? Like, well. Somebody said, skip one question. Ovio Cartier says he's not extorting you, he's manipulating you. Now, how you think he's manipulating me? Like, bro, I'm just calling it a spade a spade. Like, if Wack was manipulating me, like, what would he be manipulating me about? Bro, also, just to be very clear, and this is like, I feel like y'all just want to pick sides. Bro, as I said, yo, I fuck with Hassan. I fuck with Wack. Both of them have faults, brother. Like, bro, I listen to Hassan videos sometimes and I'm like, yo, Hassan is tweaking, bro. Like, Hassan is talking about, like, and I get it when you're not in, like, that much in the industry yet. You think there's some, like, fucking, some evil Illuminati ritual going on and people sending, like, it doesn't happen like that, my nigga. Like, bro, like, come on. They would have got me out of here first. Like, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, so he's tripping there, and then is Wack, like, does Wack constantly move the goalposts at times? Yeah. Bro, I could tell the truth. Somebody said I'm picking sides the whole time? No, I'm not picking sides. Nigga, how am I picking sides when I'm saying two things that help both sides? I don't believe that Hassan got punked in the room. I didn't feel that energy. Did what's the name say slick shit? Yes. But Wack always says slick shit. He's great talker. He's a great person at content. Wack is great at that shit. Do I believe Hassan should have leaked that tape? Absolutely not. Bro, it makes it weird when people are talking to you now. Like, now it's hard to trust somebody like you, and then again, I don't know, like, maybe that's just not something I would do about that type of situation. Somebody said I'm scared to offend Wack. No, nigga, I told you I don't believe he punks so-and-so.